podcast for you today. I think we're going to tune into a lot of things that are on people's minds. I've gotten quite a few phone calls about the topics we're going to talk about today. So I think this is going to be a good one. I think a lot of you are really going to appreciate it. So hang in there and we'll get going here in just a second, waiting for a couple more people to jump on here. Should be a good one today. And we have a special guest joining us today with some phenomenal big time news. It's going to be what we got going on out on the water right now is absolutely incredible. And we got no better person than the guest that we have coming in to talk about all the exciting things. We're only going to have him for a few minutes because he's going to go do some guiding today. So we're going to get him going in just a few minutes. But thank you all for joining us today. And it is Promar Ahi USA Tuesday. We always talk about a Promar product on Tuesday. And today we have a great product to talk about that you're going to have on your boat if you want to be successful here as this season gets roaring. It's been rolling, but it's starting to get roaring as we come out of this moon phase. If you look up into the sky tonight, you're going to see we have a big, giant full moon. In a couple of days, that moon will start getting smaller, and then hang on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen, because you're in store for probably historically one of the very best fishing seasons in Southern California that we've ever seen. The volume of fish that are being seen out here right now, out in Southern California, is absolutely mind-boggling. And don't forget, gang, Kelly Girl and I will be up in beautiful sunny Southern California tomorrow. I guess it's not real sunny up there right now, but we'll be up there tomorrow. We'll be bringing the sunshine from Cabo up to you guys. And we're coming up for the Bill Shedd Conservation Award presented by Anthony Shea. The Anthony Shea Lifetime Conservation Award is being given to Bill Shedd at SeaWorld on Thursday. So Kelly Girl and I are flying up tomorrow, and we'll be hanging out down there. We're going to go see Tommy Gomes down at Tunaville Fish Market and Grocery. We're going to go hang out with Tommy, make some cool videos. I got that shovel nose shark I've been trying to get from somebody. One of our really good friends dropped that off to Tommy Gomes, and he runs a phenomenal back bay fishing operation. And we're going to start promoting the heck out of him on our shows. And without further ado, we're going to bring in our buddy Sonny right now, our guide from up in the Channel Islands area. He's got some big time breaking news that you all need to hear. So here we go. Come on in, Sonny. What's up, buddy?
How's it going, Captain Dave? What's going on?
I'm so excited. I mean, we've got so much stuff going on, and then all of a sudden they just threw in this big old pile of something you're going to talk about right now, which is absolutely mind-boggling, gang. So go ahead, tell everybody what is going on up there in your neck of the woods right now.
Yeah, how's it going, guys? How's it going? It has been an amazing past 2 weeks. We'll call it 2 weeks of fishing up here, guys. And just this last week, it really fired up with pretty much wide open, all you want sea bass right now, guys. There's a chance on the same trip, on the same day, go out, get a limit of sea bass in the morning, right before the sun barely even comes up, then shooting on the outside and going to fish that 100 to 200 pound bluefin, all on the same day, all on the same trip. And it's biting. It's really not even guesswork right now. They've settled in. The sea bass have settled in a month later than what we're used to, but we'll take it. But the sea bass have settled in, and it's that wide open fishing for that sea bass in the morning and foamers in the afternoon, we'll call it all within a 10-mile range, you guys, all within a 10-mile range. Big bluefin, big sea bass, same day. What more could you want? If you guys want to go out and get on top of a world-class day, a day that you probably won't have a shot at getting, on right now is the time to go and do that. So it's been fun. It's been exciting. Been having a great time up here fishing that stuff. And it's blowing our minds to be able to score both limits of what we call white meat and red meat all on the same trip, man, all on the same trip. It's been
in all your years of fishing up there at the Channel Islands, and you are a wealth of knowledge for all of us, and we're all very happy to have you as part of our team. But would you say There is nothing like everyone always says, oh, the good old days. There's nobody that can talk about anything like what's going on right now ever happening before, right?
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane, mind blowing, literally mind blowing fishing. For all us veterans up here, we're like little kids at the candy store right now. This is it's just amazing, man. It's amazing the amount of fish, the volume of fish, and how it's just settled in and just doesn't seem like it's going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah, it's amazing, guys. It's amazing. Now is the time to go out and get not one, but two fish of a lifetime, all on the same trip, and still have time for wide open calico bass and some halibut and a little bit of rockfish, lingcod, sheephead. Now's the time, guys. Now is the time. I can't say it enough. I cannot say it enough. For a trip, a fishing trip of a lifetime, you guys need to go out there and get a hold of some of this action.
So do you think the guys, there's a lot of people that on our website, and there's a lot of people that listen to our podcast every day. Hard to believe, but there is, folks. I know it's weird, but we got like 4,000 members on our website. We got another couple, 3,000 that watch this show live every single day, Sonny. It's amazing.
As they should.
A lot of these people are private boaters. With trailerable boats, would you say that if you had a trailerable boat, right now is the time to drag it up there? If you ever thought about it, ever?
Yeah, from anywhere, even out of the state. Now is the time to get your boat on the trailer and come out here and get dialed in. And get out there.
And I know you got to get going, so I'm just going to ask you a couple questions because I don't know.
Yeah,
and I need some knowledge too. If I'm going to drag my boat, let's say I'm coming from Arizona, or I'm coming from San Diego, or what harbor am I going to look at to launch my boat? Am I going to go to Oxnard? Am I going to go to Ventura? Am I going to go to Port Hueneme? Where am I going? What harbor if you had to drag your boat, what harbor are you launching out of?
The fastest route to where the fish are right now would be out of Santa Barbara Harbor. That's the fastest route to the fish. It's only faster by maybe 10, 12 miles, something like that. But the fastest harbor would be out of Santa Barbara Island. You can shoot straight across. But even out of Channel Islands Harbor, you're still looking, it's only about a 30, 35 mile run out of Channel Islands Harbor. So anywhere between Channel Islands and Santa Barbara, it's going to be within that 30 to, we'll call it like 45 mile run. But the fastest route to them would be the Santa Barbara Harbor.
Something else you didn't mention that's happening right now, and we've seen the videos from Steve Lasley and the guys on the Bad Company. You guys got two other fish that you're not even talking about up there right now. You got swordfish and you got marlin.
Yep.
I mean, everybody's always, San Diego.
Oh, no.
Go to San Diego right now and let me know how many sea bass you're going to catch.
Exactly.
Go to San Diego right now and let me know how many halibut you're going to catch, and marlin, and swordfish, and bluefin tuna.
Yeah, it's crazy out here right now. It's crazy. People don't know we have a pretty amazing marlin fishery up here. We do it. Not a lot of people tap into it. There are a few people that tap into it and they do it well. And but yeah, we do have an amazing marlin fishery. When that warm water pushes up, like it's doing now, that stuff gets on that mackerel and gets on that bait. And yeah, we have a really good marlin fishery. And that swordfish, if you guys are looking to do that as well, like David mentioned, that stuff is also within about a 10-mile reach of that bluefin and that sea bass. It's all kind of in that same zone. We'll call it that west end of Santa Cruz area is where that stuff's been settled in. So there's a lot of stuff on tap, you guys, a lot of stuff on tap. If you're a fisherman and you want to go out and have an exciting trip and go just kick the snot out of some trophy fish, now is the time, guys. If you want me to take you out, show you how it's done, you got your own boat, give me a call. My number's 702-612-1269. Give me a call. I'll be happy to take you guys out. But like I said, now is the time to book your trips. Now is the time. I'm getting a lot of calls and dates are booking up. But if you guys want to get on it, give me a call now. We'll put you on the book. I'll get you the earliest available date for you. And we'll try and go fill your boat with some red meat and some white meat.
Yeah, just Justin was on the show yesterday talking. He's got 3 days that he doesn't have trips in the whole month of August. And I know you're
Wow.
filled up. I know you're filled up too. Plus, you're coming down here to go catch some rooster fish in Cabo.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
gang, we can't emphasize this enough. And I'm very blessed to have Sonny as part of the team, gang. But if you're going to go up there and try to figure this thing out on your own, that is just absolutely ludicrous. And if you're thinking about trailering your boat up there, wouldn't you think 2 days, Sonny, so you can actually enjoy driving up there and doing it in one day? It's not worth it because the Channel Islands are such a giant area of fun, just absolute fun. And you can have Sonny come with you on your boat so you don't have to try to figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
Gang, the guys on the Instagram superstars of fishing, they didn't figure shit out on their own, gang. They didn't.
No.
This is not an easy puzzle to put together. Sonny and I are talking about how good it is, but believe me, there's still guys that are going out up there and catching nothing because you have to be able to put the puzzle together. That island is not easy. No. But Sonny knows where those fish are living. He knows he's been on that bait and he's been on that fish that's been biting for the last 2 months, gang. You're not going to find a better person. And I know you got to get going, Sonny. So one more time, tell them what you would do if you drug your boat from San Diego up there. You're going to Santa Barbara. You're going to spend a couple days, right?
Yep. I do a 2-day trip for sure. Give yourself some time to explore. Most of this stuff's kind of settled in one zone, but every day is different. If you guys want to, be able to get up there and get on that bluefin and that sea bass as well, I would look into doing, a 2-day or at least coming up, spending the night. You know what I mean? Come up, spend the night. That way you wake up refreshed. At least do it like that. And if you wanted to save yourself like a 45-minute drive in the car, we could go out of Channel Islands as well. It's, it's only another 10, 12 miles in the boat. So either way. But yeah, the fastest way to get there to the fish is that Santa Barbara Harbor. And it's good, guys. It's good. When I say it's good, it's good. Now's the time.
Just give them an idea of what they did yesterday. The numbers are mind-boggling. I know a lot of people don't look at fish counts, but
we're talking sea bass counts in the hundreds, guys. We'll just say that. We're talking sea bass counts in the hundreds for the sport boat guys. And I got several commercial guys out there that spent 2 days that, had over 200 fish in 2 days.
The boat.
Yeah. It's corroded.
It's full speed white sea bass fishing. And that usually is all done by 7 o'clock in the morning. It's over.
Yeah.
And then you go catch bluefin, or you go drag the plugs around and raise a couple marlin and get a couple marlin on the boat. And now it's 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And now you go, now what? Well, then Sonny takes you into the halibut spot and you go get a couple halibut. Yep. And then you go settle into a cove and spend the night, put the squid lights over, get some bait, load up your, I mean, there's bait still there too, right? There's still bait.
A ton of it, a ton of squid in hot water. I don't know what's going on, but it's here, and the sea bass have found it. And it's, when I say corroded, it's corroded, guys. There's sea bass coming up to the lights while you're making squid. These guys are free gaffing sea bass while they're making squid. It's there. It's there. It's hungry and it's wanting to cooperate. So come get some.
Gang, I don't know. We're not going to be able to paint this picture any better for you, gang. If you're thinking about going fishing and your boat is on a trailer, do not launch out of San Diego, gang. There'll be plenty of time to do that. There'll be plenty of time to go do that. If you're dragging your boat around, just think of the time. If you launch out of San Diego, the time it takes you just to get to the ocean, you could have been almost to Ventura. Yep. Just in the time it took you to get to the ocean. Then you still got to go somewhere. You go up to Santa Barbara and drop your boat in the water, gang. You're out there fishing. It's 20 miles off the beach. You're in heaven. You're in the zone. Also, gang, don't hesitate, because the biggest problem they have up there, and Sonny, I know you got to go. I've already got you too long. That weather, right? The weather's the factor.
It can create some hectic in the plans. So if you guys have any questions about that as well, you guys can always call me, and my phone's open for you guys, whether you're going to book a trip or not. If you guys just, if you want to know some information or whatever, just give me a call. Captain Dave's been so good to me. That's my service through him. Whatever you guys need, is my knowledge is your knowledge, guys. Use it. Use the number. You guys use Captain Dave's website. You know, use the number and give me a call. Let's get you dialed in.
And then you got to haul ass. So I'm going to let you go. Tell everybody where you're going right now. This is going to blow your minds, ladies and gentlemen. Watch this.
I'm getting out of here to go do a guide trip. Go do a striper guide trip. Some topwater striper action here, guys.
All right. Thank you, Sonny. Go get them, buddy. I know you got to get down the highway. So go take your boy and go get some stripers. I'll see you in Cabo, my friend.
Yes,
Guys,
sir.
don't hesitate to call Sonny because you're going to get caught with your pants down if you don't.
Call me, guys. Call me. Let's go. Now's the time. Now's the time. Do not wait. I'm telling you. The fish
All right,
are
buddy.
waiting.
See ya.
All right.
Okay, gang. That was so cool. Gang, I can't even emphasize it. This is historic. I've been telling you guys for months and months and months how historic this was going to be. What's going on at the Channel Islands right now? If you look at the fish count, there was 220 white sea bass caught at Channel Islands yesterday on the sport boats. That doesn't count the private boats. That doesn't count the commercial fleet. The limit's 3 per person right now. This is the time of year you want to go. You want to go. They're fine. Don't think, oh, I feel bad for them. I don't want to hurt the boat. They're fine. You're not going to hurt the population with the fishing pole. Even though you're that good, you're still not going to hurt them. So relax. But this Channel Islands thing, historic, once in a lifetime. This tuna thing that's happening, once in a lifetime. This marlin thing, the swordfish thing, once in a lifetime. And it's all happening around the Channel Islands right now, like really, really good. And it's going to get really, really good. But thanks, Sonny, for so much. And don't forget to call them, gang, unless you want to go figure it out on your own. Like the Instagram fishermen, go figure out. I can't believe you'd even talk to her. We had a sport boat captain yesterday pop off talking to me about why would I watch any videos? Well, I started doing this for a living when your mom and dad were thinking about making you, sweetie. That's why. You might learn something. You might get some spots. You might learn how to fish. You might learn how to drive that sport boat and quit having to follow private boats around. It just blows my mind every day. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I am always going to be doing live shows. So if you have some spectacular thing, come on up on stage. I'd be more than happy to talk to you on stage in front of everybody so you can let them all know the plethora of your knowledge, because we all need to know. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, I know. I'm not talking to you about you, Mike Lou. I'm talking about a gentleman yesterday on one of my posts on social media. So, gang, I was asked this question yesterday. Hey, if I put on a little sinker because I can't cast, what do you think of that? And I'm like, dude, I'm telling everybody right now, fly line, period. Fly line, fly line, fly line. What is fly lining? That is fishing with no weight at all. No swivels, no beads, just a piece of fluorocarbon tied to your braid, thrown out with a hook on it and a bait, a live bait. Let it swim. Now, I'm not talking about fishing with squid. We're talking about fly lining for bass, bonita, barracuda, yellowtail, and bluefin and yellowfin and dorado. As soon as you put on any type of weight at all, it could be a swivel, could be a bead, could be a split shot, could be a small sliding sinker. It's all because you don't know how to cast. So you're going to start to add weight to your bait because you don't know how to cast. Well, as soon as you do that, then you're no longer fly lining. And then you're wondering why you didn't catch anything yesterday when you went out and Dave told you the fishing was wide open and you went to the spot and you anchored and then you put on a big old cannonball weight and you dropped it down. You didn't understand. Fish are all suspended in the upper part of the water column right now because of the warm water, because of the spawning mode. They're up in that upper water column, the calico bass, the bonita, the barracuda, the yellowtail, the sand bass. They're all up in that water column. They're not laying flat on the bottom, gang. You do not want to be using a weight right now. Fly line, fly line, fly line. Fly line is fishing without weight. Okay, as soon as you add weight to your line, you're no longer fly lining. And I know I talk about it a lot and I say it a lot, but I'm telling you, it's about fishing without weight. That is fly line. I can't emphasize it enough. I can't talk about it enough because so many people are confused. And real quick, gang, Promar, we're giving away that grab bag today to one lucky person who visited Promar over the last month. I told you we'd give away that grab bag today. It's August 1st, and we're giving it away today. And Kelly already picked the name, and she's on her way to get all her nails done and get ready for the big dinner on Thursday night because we're leaving here tomorrow. So Kelly girl's super busy. She's got a ton of stuff to do to get ready for our trip because you know me, I can't do anything. So she has to do everything. So that bag of swag that we're giving away is going to Chuck Annunciation. Chuck, thank you so much for visiting Promar Ahi, going through the QR code right there that I have on your screen, going through TikTok or Instagram. You go to Promar Ahi USA when you're purchasing your products. Hey Marley, all you got to do is go through the QR code. You automatically get the discount. If you don't go through the QR code and you go to promarahi.com, when you're checking out, put in the code YSWG. We're going to give away another grab bag of stuff. I know Chuck won, and congratulations, Chuck. We're going to give away another bag of swag on September 1st. And all you got to do to win is to just go visit through this QR code. And then Kelly picks your name out of a hat. Elliot gives her all the names at the end of the month, and she picks the name, and then you win a free bag of swag. Chuck, I can't wait to see you at one of my live seminars. Chuck and his wife, Lisa, are always at my seminars. They're always there to support us. And I can't wait to see you wearing your Promar hat, your Promar shirt, and cruising around and showing me pictures of all the cool stuff you caught on your cedar plug, your 6-inch cedar plug, gang. You got to have a cedar plug. I talk about it all the time. You got to have one of these in the pattern right now when you're out trolling. What eats a cedar plug? Well, we talked about this fish a few minutes ago, marlin. We catch plenty of marlin on the cedar plug. Bluefin eat it. Dorado eat it. White sea bass have been caught on the cedar plug. Yellowtail have been caught on the cedar plug. Yellowfin tuna. This is a must-have behind the boat, gang. You got to have a cedar plug behind your boat. Go to the website through the QR code, get some of these cedar plugs, have them on your boat. There's never going to be a time where you go, damn, I wish I didn't have a cedar plug in the pattern. You're always going to have a cedar plug in the pattern when you're trolling. Always, always, always. No better place to get them than right here on the website at promarahi.com. When you get there, if you didn't go through the QR code, if you're off of TikTok, just go ahead and put YSWG. You're going to save 10% automatic on the QR code. You're going to save 10% if you put in the QR code when you're shopping in the store. Get yourself some cedar plugs. And while you're in there, look at all the really spectacular products. You will be blown away at all the things that Promar Ahi makes that you use on a daily basis. Your bait scoops, your gaffs, your squid brails, your landing nets, your sabiki rods, your live deception flash lures, and so much more. Gang, check it out. Go to the website and see all that they have to offer. If you want to win that bag of swag, I mean, Chuck didn't do anything spectacular. He went over there and he visited through the QR code. That's all he did. And he just won a bag of swag. We give away so much stuff on this show, gang. It's so easy to be a winner. It's very, very easy. And it's easy to be a loser. You know how you can be a loser? Do nothing. And nothing will happen. As long as you do nothing, nothing will ever happen. I promise you. You've got to be doing stuff to make stuff happen. And what a better way than going to promarahi.com and getting all the lowdown on all the cool products, and then getting a cedar plug, putting in the code YSWG, and having an opportunity to win free stuff. That's unbelievable. All right. So back to what we were talking about. Fly line. If you guys put on a sinker now in the next 2 months, you're blowing it. Now, and if you're over at that sea bass bite, yeah, you're going to want to put on a little tiny sliding sinker to get your squid down below the surface so that it doesn't get inhaled by a bird. But that's the only time. A little tiny sinker with your live squid just to get it down below the surface. And like Sonny said, they're free gaffing white sea bass. You don't have to get it down very far, but don't put on any weight if you're fishing Catalina, or if you're fishing the coast, or if you're fishing for tuna or wild dorado, whatever you're fishing for. Don't put on any weight because you're no longer allowing your bait to look natural when it's swimming. It's all about natural right now, and it's all about all this cool stuff that's happening. Now, let's talk about another question that comes up a lot. A lot of people are wondering this. Hey, Dave, I heard some guys saying they were getting bid out on the 209. I had a very, very good client call me up today. And it's not because he's not a good fisherman. It's just because he doesn't know. And knowledge is key, gang. And I'm just trying to spread a little knowledge around. When you're out there and you're trying to figure out what's this 181, 182, 209, 289, 267, 277, what the heck does that all mean, Captain Dave? Gang, the ocean's measured in fathoms. So, that being said, the 209 is 209 fathoms deep. What, Dave? 6 feet is a fathom. So if you did your simple math, remember when you were in school and everyone said, we're never going to use math. Well, you probably don't have a savings account. You probably don't have a bank account, a checking account. You probably don't know how to your times tables for your sixes. But 209 fathoms is about 1,300 feet, give or take a few feet. That's a high spot in the ocean because all around that, it's 3,000 feet deep. So it comes up a little plateau, a little mountain, if you will, under the water. Why do the fish gather around that? Because that's structure. All fish, I don't care if you're largemouth bass fishing or if you're swordfish fishing or if you're calico bass fishing, it's all about structure. It's all about something different. And that's what these high spots are out on the water. The 209, the 181, the 182, the 267. Those are spots where the water comes up from 3,000 feet to 1,200 feet or 1,300 feet. Those are high spots. That causes the bait to gather up in those zones. Also, it's a starting point. So if I'm coming out of Dana Point Harbor tomorrow morning, and I heard that there's some fish out between the 209 and the 181, I'm going to set my course for the 209. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be looking the whole time. I'm not going to wait till I get to the 209 and then, I'm at the 209, which is a very small high spot in the realm of the Pacific Ocean. It's not a big spot. It's a small spot, but it's going to be a direction to head, for lack of a better word. It's a direction to head. So I'm going to head towards the 209. But when I get 8-10 miles from the 209, I'm really going to slow down. I'm going to flip a couple of these cedar plugs in the water. I'm going to get down to 6.5, 7 knots. I'm going to drag around with my gyro stabilizing binoculars. I'm going to start looking for anything that isn't water when I get by, and I drive all the way to the 209 because I have that high spot marked because I was on Your Saltwater Guide, the website, and he has a whole video series on the banks and how they work. And he gives me all the GPS numbers for the banks. So I went to Your Saltwater Guide, I grabbed that, and then I plotted my course to the 209, but I didn't see anything by then. So now I'm going to turn my boat and I'm going to go 130 degrees because from the 209, that's the course to the 181. And now I'm going to look all the way down to the 181 because now I'm out there in the middle of the ocean and there's a really, really, really good chance that I'm going to find some fish in that zone. But now the 181 is another area that's the water comes up from 3,000 feet to 181 fathoms. There's going to be a congregation of bait in that area, so I'm going to start to look in that zone. The biggest problem I see people make when they start to learn that these spots are out there in the ocean, guys will go out there that don't know any better, and they'll spend the whole day because Jimmy Joe Jack that fixes your toilet, he told you that the fish were biting on the 209. So now you're going to go out there and you're going to spend the whole day on the 209. That's not the right way to go about it. You want to get out there to the 209. You got your fish finder on 0 to 120 feet or 0 to 200 feet. You got your binoculars. You're looking. You find an area where there's some fish. You mark that on your GPS and you stay in that area all day. What do you mean? Okay, it's your day to go fishing. Think about this. It's your day to go fishing and you finally found some fish. And now you're going to leave to go look for what? I'm going to leave to go look for fish. Well, wait a minute. Didn't you just find fish? Yeah, but they're not biting. So you already know that you found fish and they're there and you're seeing them. They're not biting, but you know they're not going to bite all day. So you're going to leave and go look for fish. Probably not a really smart move. When you find an area out in the middle of the ocean where there's fish, you want to kind of stay in that zone. Now, I'm not talking you saw one. I'm talking you saw a school on the fish finder, or you saw big breezing schools or foamers. Those fish are in that area because there's food there, because the water feels right. I like to explain it to people like remember when kids used to ride bikes? I know it's a long time ago. But remember when you and I rode our bikes and we'd ride them around at night or in the dusk, and you would drive through the areas when it was really hot in the summertime? You'd drive through an area on your bike where the air felt a little cooler and you could feel that and you would go, ooh, that felt good. And then you would turn around and try to drive through that pocket of air again because it was kind of a cool pocket. Or in the winter when we were riding our bikes and it was freezing ass cold, and then you ride your bike through a little hot area. I think that's the same thing that these tuna are doing, and the marlin and the dorado and all that. They're out there swimming like we used to do when we were riding our bikes. And all of a sudden they feel some water that just feels good on their skin. And they know that the bait are going to react to that same thing. Now, it might be an upwelling there on the 209 or on the 181 or on the 289 or the 9 Mile bank. That's not 9 miles deep. That's 9 miles from San Diego. The 14 Mile bank's not 14 miles deep. It's 14 miles from San Diego. But these are all banks, just like the 181, 209. But the water just feels right somewhere in that zone that those fish wanted to hang out on. Do not ever leave fish once you find them to go look for fish. Stay in that zone. There's a guy on our website, Your Saltwater Guide, who left a report yesterday that said, well, it was another day just like every day tuna fishing. I looked all day. And then we finally found the fish at 7:30 at night, and it was full speed from 7:30 at night till 9 o'clock at night. That's because he stayed with his plan, and he just kept looking, and he didn't give up. A lot of you give up before the miracle happens. A lot of you are in the zone. You're out there. Things are starting to happen. The water's looking right. You're seeing the bait, and you leave that area to go look for an area where there's all that stuff that you just found. That is absolutely crazy, Marlon. What do you got? My monkey just grabbed something over there in the corner. I don't know what it was. Sorry about that. But gang, it's super important that we don't leave fish to look for fish and we keep our eyes peeled. And now with what's going on out here, the marlin showing up and the swordfish showing up, and really the amount of video and the amount of pictures and the amount of people that are posting about these swordfish, it's time to do a deep drop trip. It's time to get out there. RJ Boyle, who was our guest a month and a half ago or so, he said, when you start seeing them on the surface, the amount of them underwater is just absolutely mind-boggling. Everybody's having so much fun catching all the other stuff that lives out here, the bluefin, the dorado, the marlin, the tuna, They're leaving this deep drop swordfish thing alone. If you don't know how to do it, if you don't know anything about it, we have some phenomenal videos with the guys that really, really, really know how to do it and know how to do it well. If you haven't followed that video series over at Your Saltwater Guide, you may want to check that out. There's another bucket list fish. There's so many bucket list fish right now that are biting out here. And I think it's just going to go absolutely bananas after this big full moon thing's over with. I think we got a phenomenal chance. Don't you, Marley? Think we got a good chance? Almost got him. He was right there. He's such a little knucklehead. What are you doing trying to hide from me? But I think you got a really good chance of catching your bucket list fish this time this year. It's going to be insane, gang. But you're going to have to pay attention and you're going to have to really look. Our game plan that's going to come out on Thursday is going to be it's going to be hard for me to make it because there's so much stuff going on. The offshore thing, I think we're going to have to break it up into 2 or 3 parts this time because it can't be a 25-minute because there's too many people wanting to look in too many areas. So we'll probably break it up into 3 parts this week, gang. If you're not a member of the website and you're just going out there trying to figure this thing out on your own, why are you doing that to yourself? Or why are you listening to the zit-faced kids over there on Instagram that are telling you that you should figure it out on your own? That's so crazy. Gang, we have over 580 how-to videos on the website, yoursaltwaterguide.com. I just put the QR code up there. Those of you on TikTok, just go to yoursaltwaterguide.com. Plus, I made you guys a phenomenal app. The app's super clean. Everybody I know, all the young people that are into apps are saying this is the cleanest app they've ever seen for fishing. There's no baloney on there. There's no ads. There's no advertisement. It's just all about catching fish. I'm not selling ads on my website. I have plenty of social media stuff to promote product. I don't need to fill up my website with a bunch of ads like other people have done that have websites. There's no ads. You don't need ads. All you want is real, honest to God information. There's no baloney over there. There's no ulterior motive. We're just a bunch of old-time fishermen sharing our knowledge with you at yoursaltwaterguide.com. So go check it out. You never have to suck at fishing again unless you're totally into it. And then you can totally suck. It's not going to change what Kelly and I ate for dinner. Speaking of dinner, don't miss that dinner Thursday night. I hear there's still some tickets available to the Anthony Shea Lifetime Conservation Award. There's the QR code. If you're in San Diego and you want to join us, it's going to be epic. Kelly Girl and I will be there. Our table's sold out, but there's tables available. There's seats available. It's going to be a who's who of the industry. Anthony Shea's going to be there giving Bill Shedd the much-deserved conservation award because Bill has done so much for fishing. He's one of the unsung heroes that doesn't get the recognition that he deserves, gang. And then think about this. There's going to be a silent auction, and every single penny that happens, Bill doesn't want this money. All the money, Anthony doesn't want the money. All the money is going to CCA. What is CCA? Well, grab the QR code. It'll take you right to the website. You'll get to see what it's all about. That's the only voice we have at the table, gang, for these closures. And all they want to do is close fishing. Period. End of story. There's nothing else out there that turns these people on more than closing fishing. They hate me with a passion because I have a suntan and I'm able to speak and I have knowledge. It just pisses them off more than anything. They want to cancel me. They want us to not be fishing in the ocean. They don't want us fishing in the lakes and the streams. The CCA is what I'm a part of. I'm a lifetime member, and like you meet a lot of the people on my podcast that are lifetime members because it's the only voice we have. If you've ever gone to any of these meetings, it's unbelievable. I've been to a lot of them. I've been in trouble at a lot of them because I can't keep my mouth shut and I don't sit there and I don't just listen to the bull. I raise my voice. I stand up. I call out the bull, and I don't get invited back very often because I can't handle it. But Wayne and Chris and the rest of the guys over there at CCA that go to these meetings, they're more level-headed than me. They can take it better than I can. But you want to check out CCA. And those of you in Texas and Florida and New Jersey and New York and anywhere where there's water, they're coming for you. They want you. They just want to shut it all down. I don't know why. Tommy Gomes said it's because they want to sell all the water properties. That's what he believes in his heart. I don't know what it is. I don't understand it. Because the United States of America has a passion for seafood. They eat more seafood than you can even comprehend. They're voracious in their seafood wants and needs. But they don't want it coming from America. They want to buy it from foreign countries. How bizarre. Does that not make sense to anybody that's listening? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. When you go to the fish market or you go down to Tunaville Market and Grocery and you go see Tommy and or any one of his employees and you ask them where the fish came from, they know. They know where the fish came from. Go to Costco. They have no clue, nor do they care. They need 10 billion pounds of shrimp tomorrow. They don't care where they came from. They just want that shrimp to sell you. If you've ever seen shrimp farming in foreign countries, I don't think you'd ever eat a shrimp again. I don't know why we're on such a mission to close fishing in the United States of America. I did a special show on Saturday because I saw some people posting about the purse seiners out off of Catalina catching that yellowfin tuna, and I was appalled by the things that were being said on these social media platforms. Gang, if you go out on a sport boat, you're considered a commercial fisherman in the eye of the law. The way that the law is written, the sport boats are commercial vessels just like the tuna seiners. So when you attack the commercial, you're basically attacking yourself. And then if they don't catch this seafood for the United States of America, who's going to catch it? And then some booger eating moron goes, do you think that the seafood that they're catching that gets sold in America? Oh, what? Oh, so you're against any American flagged vessel making a living fishing in America? Are we just stupid? Our fishermen, the commercial guys would never talk about us, sport boat fishermen or recreational fishermen, but boy, we'll beat up on them all day. What's wrong with us? Gang, we're in this together. We need them to back us just like they need us to back them. I don't know what is wrong with people today. I know over there on that one website that I'm speaking of right now, there's some people over there that just hate their lives and they want you all to be miserable just like they are. But gang, think about when you're talking about. When you promote the closure of another fishery, you're basically telling that it's okay to close our fisheries. You're absolutely out of your mind, gang. My father used to say, the commercial fishermen are so regulated in the United States of America that it's sad. It's the saddest thing in the world because we're so regulated in America, but then we'll bring in the seafood from foreign countries all day, every day. So we are promoting the horrible practices that the foreign countries are doing to get this fish to you. And then we're beating up on our own commercial fishermen. Does anybody here not understand what I'm saying? Do you not get this? Do you not get what you're doing? Are you that freaking, and I'm sorry, I'm going to use another power. Are you that flipping stupid? Because I said that on that other platform. We're not going to give them any notoriety. You all can only guess. But thanks, Josh. But gang, we got to stop. We got to stop. We got to stop. You want to go to the store and you want to buy tuna, or you want to buy shrimp or lobster, or scallops or clams or crab. Luke McFadden, thanks for all those crabs you catch. You got to pull your head out of your rectum and start supporting your commercial fishermen. They are not doing what these people that are dying to close fishing are telling you they're doing. They're not raping our ocean. They're not. They're fishing it sustainably. They're so regulated, so regulated, gang. You do not understand what you're saying when you go after our commercial fishermen in America. You're really blowing it for all of us. Okay, I'm sorry. Enough of that. I like to be super positive, but I need to help you understand. When we had Tommy Gomes on here, he's very eloquent about the way he talks about it. One of my favorite sayings is Tommy has is cheap seafood isn't good and good seafood isn't cheap. It's true. Gang, in order to get seafood that's caught in America, you have to pay a little bit of extra money. But you know what? You're supporting the American fishermen. You're supporting so many families by buying a piece of fish at Tunaville Market and Grocery, or at one of the other local fish markets, John's Fish Market in Dana Point. Wherever you're going and you want to get seafood, don't go to Costco. Don't go to your local grocery store. You have no idea what that fish comes from. Go talk to your fishmonger. Go down there and talk to him and see what's going on and understand. And then I got a good friend who owns who's a commercial fisherman, Purseiner, squid boat extraordinaire, does the whole thing. He's willing to come on and be a guest on our show because he loves my message and he loves what I talk about, and he loved my father, and he used to go to all the meetings with my dad, and he understands that I come from the same place. We're not against the commercial fishermen in any way, shape, or form, because the only way you could be is if America stops eating seafood. And that's not going to happen. So think about it the next time you make a stupid post. Think about it. All right? So back to what's going on in Southern California. I got off on a tangent and I apologize. Back to what's going on in Southern California, gang. This weekend's game plan is going to be so unbelievably hard to put together because of all the great things that are going on. Catalina, phenomenal fishing going on. Justin talked about it yesterday on the show. San Clemente Island, really, really good yellowtail fishing going on. It's not really getting fished that hard right now because of all the bluefin and all the yellowfin and all the marlin and all the other stuff going on. Then the Tanner Bank and the Cortez Bank. That's a 110-mile one-way trip, gang. But it's loaded with tuna, loaded with bluefin and yellowfin. And then the yellowtail are biting on the high spots out there. And then you slide down below the border outside Ensenada, there's just an epic amount of Dorado on the kelp patties out there. Airplanes are seeing it. Boats that are traveling up are seeing it. It's really, really spectacular, the table that's set. And when we have this big, giant full moon in the sky right now that we have, that's going to have that fish travel. That fish is going to travel a lot at night under the darkness because it feels safer. Because even though they're 8, 10, 12-pound Dorado, they still are vulnerable to getting eaten. They still don't understand that they're not little bitty fish anymore. So they don't like to move around during the day. So when you have these big full moons, that's when fish start to move. And so much fish is moving into Southern California waters right now. You're going to start hearing, we already heard a couple boats talk about it last week, kelp patty with 50, 60 Dorado on it. That was what we were seeing last year, big breezing schools of Dorado. All this stuff's about to come right into Southern California and start to happen. Historic sea bass bite in August. Are you kidding me? 200 plus fish caught. The swordfish, if you go look at Bad Company, go look at the Bad Company on social media and go look at what Steve Lasley and the guys and Anthony Shea been doing up there off the Channel Islands, fishing that swordfish, daytime surface fish and swordfish. That's an incredible fishery that's not even being touched right now. There's so much going on. There's so much good stuff going on in Southern California right now. The ocean's more healthy than it's ever been before. I read these people making comments about the ocean not being healthy. That's farthest thing from the truth. Water is crystal clear, purple, blue, 40, 50, 60. One guy said he was at Catalina up on the west end, one of our members, and he said 70-foot visibility. He's a diver. Big-time diver. He said it was unbelievable, Marley, the water, how clear it is right now, how many fish are in it. Just unbelievable. And then you saw Todd yesterday down at San Mateo Point, zillions and zillions of calico bass. It's a good time to be a fisherman. It's a really good time. If you're having problems and you're struggling with this fishing thing, like it says on the title of this, How to Start Saltwater Fishing for Beginners, we got you covered. I got you covered at whatever level you're at. If you're an expert, but you just want a little bit better idea of how to fly the kite, how to put it together, how to make it easy to fly, we got those videos. If you're an expert, but you just want to know where the spots are, we got you covered on that. If you're brand new and you just want to know the basics, what hooks do I need? What rods do I need? What reels? We got you covered. I got you covered at whatever level you want to be at. And then the really cool thing is the fish reports. The fish reports, Everybody's taking advantage of it. When you go to the website and you look at the fish reports, you'll be blown away with all the information that members, just like yourself, are sharing with each other with total honesty and total protection. We don't have anybody coming on there beating up on people because they're sharing real-time information. It's absolutely probably the very best part of the website that I think. And there's just so much to learn when you're fishing in Southern California. It's a giant lake. And I know you went out fishing with your dad when you were a little kid. Now you're 45 years old and you want to go teach your children. Good. Jump on the website, gang. I have a whole series on there about how to take children fishing. Very important. You don't want to blow it when you get to take your children fishing. You do not want to blow it. Because if you do blow it, that'll be it. They'll never go fishing with you again. Once you blow it, it's over forever. So understand that everything matters. And all I want you to do is be successful. I just want you to keep fishing. I want you to keep your boat. That's why I make it so accessible to all the phenomenal information on the website. It's right there. It's real-time information. And if you check out all the testimonials and all the reports of all the people fishing, they're sharing and telling you that they followed the simple game plan on Your Saltwater Guide and they were blown away at how easy fishing was. It's when you when you get out there and you see some other boats, that throws you off your game plan every single time, because you got your friends, brothers, sisters, cousins standing behind you going, Josh, there's 5 boats over there. Shouldn't we go over there? And then off you go, and then there's nothing. Nick, they got 2 seiners that fish out here, little tiny bit of yellowfin. If that's the only yellowfin in the water, then we're all doomed anyway. If those seiners are able to shut down all the tuna biting, then we're ruined. And our purse seine fleet is so highly regulated with what they can catch and how they can catch it and where they can catch it and when they can catch it. It's not going to affect the population of the fish out there. And plus, they're U.S. boats. We're not allowing foreign countries to come in here and fish off of Catalina. These are our boats, our U.S. flagged boats. So understand that. That one seiner probably got 5 or 6 people working on it. Each one of those people have family. And then somebody got the ice and someone got the vegetables. Somebody went grocery shopping. It supports America. I don't know how this happened and why we're so anti-Americans anymore, but man, it wasn't like that when I was a kid. Gang, it's okay if an American flagged vessel gets to go catch some tuna. It's going to be okay. We're all going to make it. We'll all be all right. We'll all be okay. These quotas were set by people like my father. If we don't get the quota, they'll give the quota to they'll give it to a foreign country. They're going to give the quota to somebody. Let us catch them. Just like Sig Hansen and the guys up there, Deadliest Catch guys, man. They're fighting for their quota all the time. It's constant battle for them to get X amount of king crab, because I don't know why. Once again, hatred of America, but they want to give the quota to foreign countries. They want to sell the United States quota of king crab to foreign countries. It doesn't make any sense. That's why I'm trying to make you understand. When you see a commercial fisherman, understand there's a lot going into that, and it's costing him a phenomenal amount of money to go out there and try to catch some fish for you. So please be very, very careful with the words that you say, because there are people listening to you. There are people reading your posts. There are people out there that their whole purpose on the planet is to shut down fishing in the United States of America. So be careful. Understand that. And tune in. No, I just thought. My flight's at 3 o'clock coming to California tomorrow. I will be on my way to the airport at noon tomorrow. We will not be able to do our show tomorrow. We will do our show from Tunaville Market and Grocery on Thursday. Kelly Girl will not be joining us. She's going to be helping support some of the local stores up in San Diego area when we're up there. So she won't be on the show, but Thursday I'll be at Tommy Gomes' place, and we'll be doing a live show from Tommy's. And I got my shovel nose shark, so you all know. So we're going to make some phenomenal videos on how to fillet a shovel nose, and we're going to make some phenomenal videos on how to cook a shovel nose. So hang in there, gang. Be kind to each other. Turn off the news. They're all lying to you. Remember, the only place you can really get honest to God truth is right here at yoursaltwaterguide.com or Your Saltwater Guide, the podcast, available on every podcast carrier. Those of you that listen on the podcast, start to participate. Send in some questions. I'm going to be with Tommy on Thursday. You can, on any podcast, all you got to do is send in your questions to 949-374-0786. I'm going to answer your questions on Thursday. I'm going to be with Tommy. I will, Kevin. I'll tell him you said hi. I'm going to be with Tommy Gomes. If you got questions for Tommy, the two of us will have this computer going in his store. It's going to be epic. We're going to be doing fun stuff. You know, it's always a good time when I'm with Tommy Gomes. The guy is so funny and a plethora of knowledge, and he's very articulate. He puts together the things that need to be said in a very, very good way. So I will see you all on Thursday. Be kind to each other. Turn off the damn news. I'm sorry I won't be there for you tomorrow. I'm traveling. If I can get some Wi-Fi at the airport and it's not super loud, I might go. We'll see how it goes tomorrow when I'm at the airport. I don't know. We'll see. I can't promise you a show tomorrow, but I'll do my very best to try. I want to thank everybody. I cannot believe the love outpouring from everybody and the amount of views and the amount of downloads we get across all social media. It blows my mind. Can you do me a big favor, though? Those of you that have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, can you go over there? We're very, very close to hitting 50,000 subscribers. We're like, I think 300 people away from hitting 50,000 on YouTube. That's a big milestone for me. Before I hooked up with my main man, Elliot, I think I had 1.8 thousand subscribers. I'm just about to hit 50,000. It's pretty spectacular. We got 260,000 followers on Facebook, another 35,000 followers on Instagram, 100,000 followers on TikTok. It's amazing. And none of it's possible without all of you. So thank you. I'll keep doing what I do as long as you all keep watching me, keep subscribing. And on Facebook, please don't forget to sprinkle me out a few stars. They really help out a lot, helping me feed my monkey, helping me feed my cats. All my animals are rescue animals. They all matter in the big scheme of things to me and Kelly. And so we thank you all. Please don't forget the stars. And if any of you guys want a flag to show on your boat, to tell them you're members of Your Saltwater Guide so they know why you're catching so many fish. We have a lot of members flying the flag. If you want to be a part of that, you can grab your flag right there. QR code's up on the thing. Grab a flag, hoist it up on the back of your boat. Let everybody know you're a member of my website. We'll get those flags out to you. John Stanley has the flags if you're in San Diego. Justin has the flags if you're from from Dana Point to San Pedro. And Sonny has the flags above Marina Del Rey. And I'd love to see them on all your boats. Thank you all for everything you do for me and Kelly. We appreciate it, and we'll be back with you on Thursday. Have a great day tomorrow. See ya.